Hey guys, it's been a while since I've done a video on a certain specific tarantula, so I'm going to do another one here. It's going to be a care video for the Euathlus species, specifically the red, the yellow, and the blue, because those are the three that I have. I have a green, but it's still just a tiny little spiderling, so we're going to wait till it grows up, and maybe we'll do a more detailed video on it. I've been told that the blues and the greens are the same tarantula, and I've told that they're different species, and the reasoning is because the Euathlus species it's kind of in transition. It's not been documented real well yet, and so the names are going to change. A lot's going to be found out about them in the near future, I'm sure. I call it a transitional species because a lot of things have been labeled Euathlus and then changed later on. I think it was in the 1990s that they had, like, the Smithies and the Amelias were all in the Euathlus. They were labeled that way, Euathlus Smithy and Euathlus Amelia, and now they're Brachypelmas. So there's a lot still to learn about these, but I can tell you what I've got and what I know so far. So they're a Chilean tarantula. The care on them is real similar to the G. rosea. They don't like a lot of humidity. They don't like walking around on wet substrate. So the humidity is probably about a 60%, just a water bowl, and then overflow it a little bit when you add water, to the water bowl. Really easy to take care of, pretty docile species. They're a dwarf species. They usually reach around 2.5 to 4 inches. They're real slow growers, so the females will live 20 years, and the males, they live around, I'd say, about 6 years when they hit maturity. And I say 6 because they're pretty slow growing, so it takes them a while to get there to mature, and they usually reach only around 2.5 to 3 inches. They're pretty docile. The species they do differ a little bit. I noticed I got females in those 3 species: the blue, the yellow, and the green. Or the blue, the yellow, and the red, excuse me. My red and my yellow are a lot more docile than my blue. My blue is really skittish, and I don't hold the blue. I haven't held the blue. It's just not as friendly. My red, though, I pop the top, and usually she wants to come out and walk around. She's a real great tarantula. I really love her. Very beautiful. Easy to take care of, and the prices have gone down a lot in them. You can get a spiderling now for 20 bucks and even cheaper. I've seen a lot, especially in the red. I've seen them as low as like $8 lately. So the prices have dropped, and they've been a great tarantula. Hopefully to be breeding them here shortly. I haven't bred any yet, but that's something in the near future, I'm hoping. And we've got quite a few spiderlings growing up, and I got the adult females ready for them, so it's something to look forward to in the future for me. Let's see, venom on them. They're a New World species from Chile, so they're a terrestrial. Venom on them's just like the G. rosea, very mild, like a bee sting. They do have urticating hairs, but they're not very severe. They're not a real big hair kicker. The ones I have hardly ever kick hairs. It's not a big deal. The blue a little more than the rest, just because she doesn't like to be messed with. So let's take a look at them. I've got them set up. Sorry about the camera. So we'll start out with my red, because she's right here walking around. Like I said, usually when I pop the top, she's wanting to come out. So we'll let her out. So this is my red. She's very pretty, very docile, always wandering around. So you can see the red markings right there, just a little bit, and that's all she's got. But she's a great tarantula. They're fun to own. just a little girl, but they don't get very big. If the substrate gets wet, you'll see them crawling up on the sides of the cage, kind of like you would with a rosea. They don't like walking on it, so you don't want to have too much humidity on them. She just doesn't want to get on. She just wants to crawl up my arm. So yeah, she's pretty cool. Let's see if we can get her to go back into her enclosure. Now we got her out. She's like, no way. Come on, girl. There she goes. See? Really nice tea. They're not as temperamental like a rosea is. At least that species. And the roseas, you know, they have their days that they just don't want to be messed with. So now we got my yellow. Let's see if we can get a light on her. And there she is. I'll see if I can get her better view for you. I'll move the camera. So there's the yellow. You can see the same place where the red was. You can see the yellow markings. She's a little bit smaller than my red. Very beautiful. She likes to dig, move her dirt around a lot, and now the enclosure's open, she's going to come out. I got to get up there so I can catch her. But she's docile, just like the red one, just like the species red. Yeah, I'm having camera problems. There we go. Okay. So there she is. She looks really similar, just different colors. Very nice tea. As soon as that top comes open, she wants to come out. So we'll let her go back here in the bottom. There we go. All right. And then set her aside. And then my species blue. Quite a bit bigger. I've had her a long time. Her colors aren't very bright right now because she's in pre-molt. She's not eating. But she's quite a bit bigger than the other two. But she also is, like I said, she's a lot more defensive. And a lot more skittish. Doesn't like to be held. When the top comes off, she doesn't usually climb up. She'll stay or hide. Just the different in their temperament. But still a great tea. If I had to recommend them, you know, obviously I like the yellow and the red better, just because of their temperament. They're fun to watch. They're not as skittish, and they're very beautiful. The heating on these guys, as far as keeping heat, the 75 to 80 degrees is perfect for them. You know, I keep all my teas that way. You know, room temperature. If you're just doing one, then just the heat mat, you know, on an enclosure works perfect. But other than that, I mean, they're great tea, slow growing. You know, find them little and they take forever. It seems like forever for them to get from that quarter size, you know, up to an inch. It just takes forever. But I highly recommend them. A great beginner tea. The blue not so much, but definitely the red and the yellow. They're great. Especially if you can find them a little bit bigger. I just love these guys. So, you know, that's the three of them, and hopefully we'll do some more. I'm trying to find I'm doing some looking into the blues and the greens and trying to find the difference of them, and trying to get from different places. I'm going to get a few of them so we can take different, look at them, and then when we breed them, we'll see how all that goes, and I'll make sure I post a vid. So, but I appreciate everybody for watching. I appreciate the subscribers and the comments. It just makes all this worth it, and I hope you guys like the video, and we'll post another one soon. Thanks.